Explain myself. You said you care for me, Louisiana. Today I'm going to be doing another prom makeup tutorial. In reality, you can do this look for any special occasion. I just think prom is kind of the most appropriate. It's super dramatic, super glam. And in all honesty, this is one of the hardest makeup looks I've ever had to do. Just because I felt like things were going wrong left and right. I literally had to save this exact look like 3 times. So, I don't know. I think it still came out pretty nice. So if you want to see how to get this look right here, then just keep on watching. I already have my transition in my crease because I completely forgot to press record. But we are using the Soft Glam palette. Is it in frame? Yeah. The Soft Glam palette today. It's already dirty. I have literally been trying so hard to not get it dirty, and it's already dirty. The colors that I put in my crease were orange soda, and burnt orange. I mixed them, and I've just been putting that into my crease. Next, I'm going in with Sienna. So this palette does have a lot of kick up when you're pressing your brush into the shadow. Let me just like demonstrate. I don't know if you can see, like, I don't know, it has a lot of powder. I mean, these shadows are super pigmented and you do get a lot of color payoff, but I would suggest doing your eyeshadow first, because doing this I had quite a bit of fallout. With those transition shades, just gonna blend out the edges. I'm gonna take Sienna, Rustic, and Cypress Umber kind of all mixed together, just so that it's brown but still has that hint of warm orangish reddish, so that it blends with Sienna a little bit better. And I'm not taking too much on my brush at one time. And I'm really blending super lightly because I don't want all of the product to be focused in one spot. I want it to be nicely distributed. I'm gonna do a little bit of tapping just to get off any excess shadow that's on my brush. So as you can see, I'm having this fallout here, so that's why I am doing my eyeshadow first. I do my eyeshadow first just in general, but especially when you're using a highly pigmented palette like this that has quite some fallout, you want to make sure that you're not going to ruin your base. Now I'm going to keep deepening up this eye right here. Look, I've been dipping into the shadows, not even that hard, and you see all the kick up? So, I'm actually just going to take Sienna and a little bit of Mulberry, just because I really want to get those super warm reddish tones into the crease. As you can see up here, you can still see those shadows, so I still want them to be visible. Back in with Cypress Umber and Rustic. The whole way to get a good smoky eye is literally patience and just to keep layering colors. That's how you're gonna get the best result. So for this eye, what I did is I took the Morphe gel liner in the shade Slate and I put that as a base, and then I went in with Noir and I started blending out the edges. That literally took, oh my god, so long. I had to go in with so many coats just to like hide the line of where the gel liner stopped. So now I'm just going to go in straight with Noir, and I'm going to start blending it, and then after I'm going to go in with the gel liner and blend it again. I feel like that'll probably work best to not be blending for hours. I'm going to go in with a little bit of Noir, Cypress Umber, and Rustic. Kind of mix them all. And I'm going to go right on top of where I was blending the black, just so that it has another color that it blends into. Sienna and Mulberry. My transition shades. Now that I know what I'm doing, I'm able to do my eyeshadow so much faster. So now I'm going to take the Morphe gel liner. What brush was it on? This brush. Okay. I'm going to take it on a flat brush, and I'm going to start packing that starting from my lash line. You don't want to start kind of in the middle because you don't want to take this up too far where it'll like be your entire eye is black. So you kind of want to focus it mostly on your lid, which is why I'm starting so low. Right, when I start getting a little bit more into like my crease area, I'm going to lightly kind of feather out the edges as much as I can, just so that the black is still there, but it's not super overpowering. I'm going to take kind of a flat, fluffy brush and take just Noir, I don't know, and pat that all over the gel liner. Pat it a little bit over the edges. Now I'm going to go back in with Noir first and start to blend this out. So much fallout, but we're going to fix that in a bit. So now I'm going to take the shade Fairy, and I'm going to take that on a flat brush and just spray my brush actually. And I'm going to start applying this basically everywhere that I put the gel liner, and that's going to be a base for the glitter. The glitter was like a last minute add-on because this wasn't working the way that I thought it was going to work on its own. So this is just going to be kind of a base. And this is giving me so much fallout. Right now you're probably like, that looks terrible. What are you doing? Just wait, okay? Now it's time for the glitter. So I'm going to use my NYX glitter primer. I'm not going to use too much because I don't need glitter on my entire eye. I just need it on my eyelid. For glitter, I'm taking the NYX glitter. I mixed the shades Gold and Bronze. Again, it's not super precise. I'm just putting it everywhere that I put the glitter primer. I definitely put more glitter on this eye than I did on this eye. it's okay. I'm gonna do some winged liner with my Wet n Wild Megaliner. This is just in the shade Black. And clearly my wing is gonna be long as hell, so. Alright, so now I'm just gonna add some mascara. This is the Ciate Triple Shot Mascara. Gonna add a good coat of this. I'm gonna add some lashes off of camera and then I'll be back to finish my face. Okay, so my lashes are on. These are the Morphe lashes in Hollywood Hills. So I'm just gonna move on to my face. So of course for prom, you wanna have a hydrated face. You wanna have a hydrated face in general. I hate that feeling of dry skin. Even if you are oily, you still need to hydrate. You just need to find the right moisturizer for you. Most likely something that is water-based, not oil-based, obviously. So I am using the Shamshbox photofinish primerizer. This is an amazing primer, an amazing moisturizer, and I love it. And I'm patting that literally everywhere. Now to target my skin's needs, which is mattifying and pore filling, I'm going to use the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Primer. This is also really good. I feel like it does keep me pretty matte, more matte throughout the day. So I'm going to put this everywhere that I get oily, which is definitely my nose, right here on my cheeks where I have all my pores, and definitely my forehead. In between the brows, on top of the brows. If you have different skin concerns, like you are more dry, you would want to go in with something that's a little bit more glowy and is really going to keep your skin nice and moisturized throughout the entire night. So the Shamshbox primer I use I think is really good. And if you want something to give you a little bit more luminosity, I have the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. So I think I'm going to use a little bit of this, just like a pump. And I'm going to put this right here, just kind of on the outer portions of my face. Foundation is another thing that you need to be really customized to yourself. So whatever works for me may not work for you. So if you have a similar skin type to mine, I'm pretty oily in my T-zone, but other than that, kind of normal. Then definitely give these foundations a try. Also for foundation, I always say that you want to avoid something with SPF in it because that can contribute to flashback. That is something that you do not want on your prom night. However, I have found that this CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation does have an SPF of 20, but it looks beautiful in pictures. Like I have mixed this with a few other foundations and it looks stunning. There's absolutely no flashback, so I'm gonna mix this with a little bit of my Maybelline Superstay foundation. This is in the shade 220 Natural Beige, and I'm just gonna mix in. I put 2 pumps of the Vitalist Healthy Elixir, and I think 1 pump of the Superstay will do. You wanna kind of experiment with your foundations before you use them. You wanna know how it wears, how you like it, if it has any flashback or not, so that you know what to go with. This is a good match. Usually I'm wearing shirts that like cover my shoulders, so you guys can never see like how tan I really am. Like look at this difference. I am so sorry. I was recording, but it was recording like vertical, not horizontal. Oh my god, I am so sorry. But let me just walk you through what I did. I added some concealer. This is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is the shade Pure Beige. I added this everywhere. And then I added the yellow corrector from the same LA Girl concealer. And I put that just kind of to highlight. Concealer is also another thing that you want to make sure doesn't have flashback. It's not too light for you, because having a concealer or a foundation or a powder that is way too light for you is really going to amplify your chances of getting flashback, and you really don't want that on your prom night. So you want to make sure. That's why I went in with a shade that was darker first, not darker but not as highlighty, and then I went in with the yellow after, just so it's not like too much everywhere, you know. Before I set my face, I'm actually going to use the same exact concealer in a different shade. This is the shade Espresso, and I'm going to cream, contour, bronze, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to add a little bit, just like that. And I'm going to take it on the butt of the Beauty Blender, and I'm going to start to blend this in. That's a lot. Also going to take that right under my contour. Now I'm going to use my Mercier translucent setting powder. I love this powder. Everyone knows that. This is such a great powder. I have never experienced flashback with this. It makes me very matte, and that's what I need. I'm going to take the excess powder to set my nose. So the kind of method that I like to use when setting my face is going with powder, blend it in, and once it's blended in, I'll go in with more to bake. I don't bake to keep myself more matte. I don't bake to brighten. I literally bake just to make my face last longer. So on prom night, if you don't like baking, by all means you don't have to do it. But I would do it so that my concealer, my foundation, all of my cream products don't move around. I'm going to do my lower lash line. Literally, there's not much to it, just the shades that I use in my crease, the black, all that stuff. I'm going to do that on my lower lash line, and then we're going to move on to finish the rest of the face. So I'm going to use Havana from the ABH contour kit in medium to tan, I think, and also nutmeg. So nutmeg is going to be more of my bronzy kind of warming up shade, and this is going to be more of like a contour. So I'm going to take first nutmeg and just kind of start warming this up a little bit. After all that powder, you really want to bring life back into the face. Ooh, that's working nicely. Okay. I'm watching Jane the Virgin. I'm on season 4, episode 11. They just put new seasons on Netflix. Oh my god, I literally love this show with a passion. I'm gonna take Havana. There's probably a lot of like bronzing and like contouring and just warming up the face. But this is like my favorite part of makeup, and I love doing it. I will never not do it. And for prom especially, I want to look freaking good. I want to look bronzed. I want to look like a healthy tan person. I don't normally love blush, and I just kind of feel like how dark and like sultry this eye look is, I kind of need some warmth to my face. Some rosy warmth. So I'm using Wet n Wild Mellow Wine. I'm not using a lot because this is a pigmented blush. I don't know if you can see a difference, but I can see a difference, and I guess I like it. I'm going to give my face a spritz of the Mario Badescu Rose Water. One of the main reasons that I was so excited to film this video and to make like this really pretty eye look was because I had the new Anastasia Soft Glam palette. I have literally been waiting for it for a week and a half. I ordered it. The package was supposed to get here. It never got here. Probably got sent to the wrong address. So I had to call and get it reshipped, and that took another like 5 days. Anyways, when I got it, I was so excited. But I also got, the new Anastasia, well, it's not necessarily new, but newer Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy highlighter. So I have used both of these new products once already, but to be honest, I didn't like how my makeup came out. Like in general, I just didn't like it. But let me tell you, these products are no joke. This highlighter is so, it's literally blinding you in the pan right now. Alright, and then I start putting more pressure and that happens. So, safe to say, this is a blinding highlight. And if you are into a blinding highlight, girl, get your hands on this. Especially like in pictures, you don't want to do all this highlight for it to not show. So you're gonna look straight and smile and put it right here, right on the apples of your cheeks. But I'm actually gonna take Bittersweet by Anastasia. This is definitely a darker, vampier shade. I feel like I have been doing my makeup for 4 hours and that's because this eye look was the almost death of me. I feel like so many things went wrong when trying to just create this and make it not terrible, but I am loving how my makeup looks right now. I'm loving the dark lip. This is a perfect look for prom if you're looking for something super dramatic, for something that is going to catch people's attention, to be looking like a bad bee. This is definitely the look for you. I do have 2 other makeup looks that I have on my channel, so if you don't want something like this, I do have 2 other options that I have filmed, so if you would like, you can go check those out. I will link those down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you guys in my next video.